Hello, I'm Dennis Pullin. One of my favorite parts about being president and CEO of Virtua Health is getting to know our colleagues and the many ways they are here for good. Each person contributes to healthy communities, and each person has a story to tell. Let's meet one. So Nelson, welcome to Here for Good, and thank you for being here, and more importantly, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So tell me what this uniform represents.
Wow. Life, second chance, freedom.
Is that what you want others to see as well when they see you and other members of our armed forces?
I would like them to have an impression, to understand that what we do, they have freedom. They be able to have life, get a job, go to school, have children, raise a family because of the sacrifice that our soldiers do.
I'm told you have had sort of an unusual path to Virtua and one that was very personal for you as well. Can you share with the folks that are watching what it was that brought you to Virtua and why it's so personal?
I had a sister. Well, I still have a sister, but she was a patient back in 1992 at Virtua. And back then it was called Memorial Hospital, Burlington County.
Mm-hmm.
I was on a mission, and the Red Cross called my commander and said that she had a few weeks to leave. So they flew me back to New Jersey and brought me to Memorial Hospital, and I was spend some time with my sister. But she came through and survived. So I went back to my duty, and then it happened again in 93 and then 94. And then in 95, I decided I want to retire to help my sister out. So I retired from there, came over here, applied for a job at Memorial Hospital in County for security. He saw my resume. He said, "Well, why don't you try the IS department? You got a communication skills." So when I went there, human resources, they called me the next day, and I got hired the same day.
And what role did you play?
Desktop repair.
Okay. Did your time in the military prepare you for that role, or was there things that background that you had in the military helped to prepare you for this new path?
In the military, I did satellite communications, combat communications, so different equipment and everything is out in the field, and it come out of a van, and but I knew the principles. And back then, we didn't buy our PCs. When I got hired for Memorial Hospital, we built them.
You built them
from scratch.
Wow.
Motherboard, processors, memory, network card, video card. We did it from scratch. And that's how we handled our computers back then. And that part, I had some great guys that, gave me a little bit of OJT, and I was able, within a month, I was on my feet on my own.
So let's switch gears for just a minute. The We Serve program.
Oh, my God.
How did you first hear about our We Serve program?
I heard from a young lady, two young ladies. One is Jeanette Conrad. She's the nurse supervisor at Memorial. They told me about it.
And when they told you about it, did you instantly want to be involved, or you say, well, let me see what this is going to be like before I sort of step
No,
in?
I say yes right away. When you're in the military, you built a family, and you're a soldier for life. When you're out there and you see a soldier in need, you just don't look at them and walk away. You go over there and thank them for what they've done. And then you go buy something to eat, make him feel that, hey, what you did for us is great.
It mattered.
It matters, exactly. It made a difference, and I got involved. We went to visit some patients on Veterans Day. And there was one patient that he really touched my heart, because he was a grouchy old man. Didn't want to get up from bed. And we went to visit him, and big smile, and after we finished talking for a little bit, he wanted to get up, take a picture of us.
Really?
And he wanted to send it to his friends, and it was touching. Yeah. It was touching. And then when as soon as I left out the room, one of the nurses, grabbed me and told me, "How you get him out of bed?"
Just your presence.
Was funny. It was just a presence.
Knowing that you understood what he had gone through, it truly does and can continue to make a difference. What projects as We Serve led you to be most proud of? Because I know there's a number of things that the reserve group is done, but anything in particular that you're most proud of?
I'm just proud of the soldiers that Virtua has, that works for Virtua, that we could work together and make a difference for the community and especially our patients.
So it's a community within Virtua's community that can extend themselves to yet another community.
Right, exactly.
So, I tell people all the time in healthcare, we're people taking care of people.
Right.
And so you get to be, someone who has served to help take care of someone else.
And that's a need. That's a need. And sometimes just by visiting them, give a smile, and they smile back, that's a healing.
How can we, as individuals, as a community, really demonstrate our respect for the uniform, our respect for and appreciation for those who have served? What would you suggest for an individual like myself or the Virtua community that we can do to show our appreciation and respect for those who serve?
The most important thing I feel that they could do is just when they see a soldier, reach out to him, shake his hand, say thank you. That goes a long ways.
As a member of the armed services, do you feel that? Do you appreciate that when someone comes up to you and say, by the way, thank you for your service?
I do, because it make a difference. People remember
Really?
the sacrifice. They don't understand that when you go to a war zone, you go there with a team. Sometimes you come back without a team. Sometimes one member of the team is lost. And that's a memory that you keep for the rest of your life.
So in a way, it's respecting the memory. In a way, it's saying thank you, but also thank you to those that perhaps aren't there to receive that thank you.
Yes, because even though they did, even though they need to be remembered. They need to be remembered. And what Virtua is doing right now with the research program, oh my God. When I first heard about it, I was so excited because now I say, wow, now Virtua is only not with the people in the community. Now they get involved with the soldiers of the community, which makes a difference. That's what Virtua is all about, caring.
It's about being here for good, and on behalf of Virtua and myself, I want to also say thank you for your service because it means so much to this organization, this community, and obviously to our nation. So I really do appreciate what you've done in the past, what you're doing today, and what you will do in the future. So thank you.
Thank you. Hoorah.
This has been a great conversation with someone who has given so much to not only Virtua, but to our nation. Tune in next time for another episode of Here for Good, the Inside Edition.